My vending machine business failed, and here's all the mistakes I did in one video to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes when you're starting your vending machine business. So yeah guys, I got my vending machine and I was debating whether I was gonna get used or brand new. My first ever vending machine was a quarter slot one, and I got it for around 150 bucks. But honestly, I just never put it in a spot. I got it just because I liked it and I liked the way it looked. I even bought some candies and I filled it up and it was literally ready to go. I still don't know why I didn't do it, because I felt like I needed a bigger one, or else like pitching to these businesses was a waste of time. At least that was my thinking. Maybe it was wrong. So that was my first mistake, was limiting myself. You guys have to stop limiting yourself because you have so much potential that you don't even realize. Another step on my journey is you always have to get your vending machine first before you get these locations. Now I knew that right away from the jump. I never bought a vending machine and had it sitting in my yard just collecting rust and dust, but there was always a predicament I was in. I always had a machine, meaning I was already had it lined up to go pick it up, but I never had a location. Or I always had a location, but I never had the actual machine. And it was crazy, bro. I've been wanting a vending machine since I was literally in high school. Ever since elementary, ever since I used my first ever vending machine when I was a little Rico. And I was negotiating with a bunch of people. I had one literally ready to go. I even had a location, but this dude backed out last second. He's like, actually, bro, I don't want to sell it. And I was like, what? Why? I don't know what happened. I don't know what he said. I don't know literally anything. Like, bro, he literally sent me a video like, here's a machine, Rico. Here's the first vending machines that I was looking at. Fast forward to getting my first ever big vending machine. My buddy Ryan actually found the vending machine on Facebook and he sent it to me. The lady had it up for $575 at the time. And I started texting. I was like, oh, can I go pick it up, this and that? I'm really interested. And I was like one of the first ones. So shout out Ryan, bro. He really cared. I was like, oh, let me go check it out. So we sent a day to go check it out. I went to go check it out. It honestly looked crazy. It looked amazing. And I was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna get it. She's like, okay, cool. So you're gonna take it, right? And I was like, yeah. So I sent her $100 Zelle deposit. She's like, oh, just so you could confirm. I feel like the hardest part was actually trying to get the rental equipment. I should have just got a U-Haul, a big U-Haul. It would probably cost a lot more. I don't know how much they cost. I didn't look into it. To pick it up, I went to a rental yard and I got a trailer. I had to get a hitch because I forgot it. And then I also got a pallet jack. The total rental is like $130. We're just going to say $150. So now I was already $500 in for the machine. And then I was $130 for the rental. So we'll just say $150. So now we're in for a total of $650. So after I got the vending machine, I took it to a building. Now I have a lot of people asking me about how to get in the building. I'll go over that a little later, but I took it to the building. I got it set up and then I went to the store and I spent literally almost $500 on snacks. So now I was already into my vending machine business for over $1,000. Now, one thing about this machine, it didn't accept card. And the lady had told me that you can install a card reader. I was looking into the card readers. They were around like 600 bucks. So I was going to be in it for 1,500. I never got the card reader. And then fast forward, I stocked it up and then the sales were kind of slow. It was all right. I don't even know how much I made. I never really counted it, but I knew it wasn't that crazy. I knew it wasn't that much. So I ended up selling the machine. And then I was starting from scratch. So before I even got this machine, I was looking into brand new machines and I was probably going to do it. I was willing to drop $5, $6, $7, 10, even $10,000 on machines. Now guys, don't even get it twisted. I buy refurbished stuff. I have no issue buying refurbished stuff. This MacBook that I bought, it's refurbished. It was pretty expensive, but it was still refurbished. Now there's certain things that I don't want to buy refurbished or used because it doesn't seem right with me. So there's certain things you're supposed to buy used and certain things that you're probably just gonna go for brand new right away. When that offer presented itself, the $500 used vending machine, and I looked at it, it looked really clean. I was like, you know what, bro? We're just gonna do it. So I just did it just to get that experience under my belt, you feel me? And would I say it was a big mistake? No. Did it eat a dent in my pockets? Yes. So there's some issues if you're buying used vending machines. Literally the main one is you don't know exactly what you're getting. And if you're a beginner, there's a lot of hidden stuff that you may not know about. There's little mechanical stuff that you have to test. And at the time I didn't know this. I didn't know how to set the prices. I didn't know how to check if it was a card reader. I later found out that there's wires inside the motherboard that you're supposed to look at. And if there's no two wires, then you can't install a card reader and you have to install a whole new motherboard, this and that. It's a whole process. So there's little things that you're gonna learn later down the line. Now, another thing that people always ask is, oh, how do you get into the businesses? I mean, it's really simple. It's really easy. I'm gonna play a clip of my first ever pitch to a business. It was a car dealership.
So I'm gonna let you down for a while because I didn't know that those guys they had a contract. So I told my girls to look into it and cancel it, but I think probably won't expire until December.
I'm telling you guys, I've been wanting this for a while. So I was literally in high school. High school ended. I was walking home. I kept seeing this dealership and I was like, you know what, bro? Who's stopping me from going in there and asking? So I went in there. I walked up. I was like, yo, my name is Rico. Can I speak to the owner? And this old dude, I forgot his name. I think his name was Gary. He's like, you know what, Rico? Let me go get the owner for you. I have mad respect for a youngster coming in here trying to talk with the owner. And I told him, I was like, yeah. So basically, I have a YouTube channel, I have a TikTok page. I have a vending machine lined up and I was seeing if I could place it here. He's like, yeah, let me get you with the owner. So I walked into the owner's office. I spoke with him like a big G, big boss. Rico's always been that big G. And he's like, you know what, Mio? I got you. He was under a contract. That was the only thing that was limiting me from getting into that building. I literally was this close to getting yes. Now, he probably would have wanted a percent because he said to give him percent and he was asking me for it. I was like, you know what, bro, whatever, yeah, whatever. What I know now, do not give nobody percentages because this is a passive income business. You can make this your main income business, but right away it's passive. The reason why it's passive is because it's not going to replace your income right away. Like I'm saying, you need multiple machines for that unless you get it in an amazing location. Especially if you're a beginner, it's not going to replace your income. So I'm sorry if you've seen people say, oh, you can replace your 9 to 5. You can, but later down the line. When you're just starting, that's when you need to get that extra momentum, put in that extra effort, because the hardest part about anything, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, the hardest part is literally starting. You think it was easy for me to start my TikTok channel when everybody was saying stuff? I think it was easy for me to learn, oh, when's the best time to post? What hashtags do I use? How do I speak to a camera? It was not easy. Now, was it stopping me from chasing it? No. Fast forward some time, I just kept asking some businesses. I was literally wondering, where was I gonna put my machine? Now, this is not specific advice for vending machine. This applies to literally just in life in general. Start building relationships with people around you. When I say this, it may come off like, oh, I only speak to people to build a relationship with a certain someone just because I want something. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you build these relations, these mutual beneficial relationships. The reason you're going to do this is because you never know what someone has to offer. If someone doesn't like the way that's coming off, then I don't care, bro. There's a lot of things people have to offer, even myself. People want to be my friend because I know how to garner media attention. I know how to get people to speak in front of a camera better. I know how to get millions of views and monetize it. To make people take an action through a lens. That is my skill. That is my craft. There is other people that maybe are in the brick and mortar business. They know a lot about, I don't know, running a whole business as a whole. I could learn from them and they could learn from me. And if we kick it off, it's mutual beneficiary. Now, I don't ever try to force a relationship because then it comes across as fake. Even if there's someone that I maybe really want to talk to because I respect them a lot. If it's not there, it's not there. I'm not going to stress it. I'm not going to try to force anything. The best relationships come when you don't force anything. So the building that I put my vending machine in, I met this dude and he turned into probably my best friend. So it's like, bro, I was like, yo, bro, can I put my vending machine in your building? He's like, let me see. And it wasn't like a no, because he knows people. Oh, I'll see. He was like, let me see, because he had to see, like, did he even have room? So we both of us went to the building. We're like, let's go check if we have room. So we went. I was like, oh, low-key, right there. It was like this little corner. There was a plant and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah. I was like, is there an outlet? He's like, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, so I could put it there? He's like, yeah, why not? Boom. Just because I built a relationship with this one dude that I knew who became my best friend, I was able to get my vending machine in the building. I didn't have to pay no cost. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't even have to really pitch. I just said, oh, can I place it in there? And he was like, yeah. I didn't have to do a whole sales pitch with random people I've never met. I built that relationship and that helped me later. It came later. If you're trying to build a relationship and start asking them for stuff right away, it's like, bro, like, no, get away from, like, even with me, like, get away from me. Bro, no, you're just trying to use me. And when I say this, I'm not using nobody. Like, we actually have genuine relationships, bro. And at the same time, it's mutual beneficiary because we both have certain goals. We both are chasing our own things and we just push each other to be better. That's literally it. So what are some of the mistakes that I made in my vending machine business that you should avoid at all costs? Now, I'm not going to say strive away from the used vending machines because you can get some deals and steals, but do not rush into it. I rushed into it because I thought I was getting a good deal, but I never put a card reader and that probably prohibited me from getting sales. So actually take the time to see what type of machine you're getting. Do not feel like you have to get something because you're already committed to it. You could always say no. Take the time to test every single row. Now, I tested literally one of each row and it worked. I didn't test the bottom row on my vending machine that I bought that was used, and I don't know if I pressed the button or just didn't work anymore because the lady told me it did work. Never take the person's word because ultimately they're trying to just sell it and get rid of it. Do the testing, do your due diligence, and make sure what you're getting is exactly what they're saying. Another mistake that I made was overspending on the snacks. I bought way too many things and I bought too much of it and I spent way too much money. You could go to the store, you could get a few bags, literally just a few bags. It's gonna cost a little more, but then you could actually test at a small scale because I bought 50 pack of chocolates that was like $60 and only 5 of them sold, and then they expired, and then it was no good. It was trash, basically.
What is that? What the f is that?
Rico, he sold me expired too.
Nobody really talks about that because snacks expire a lot. Some of them expire quick, some of them don't. And especially if you're buying from these big bulk stores, a lot of their snacks actually expire way quicker than you think. So that's one thing that you guys need to learn. Do not spend so much money on snacks. Go to the store, buy like 5 of one item. It's probably gonna cost you like a quarter of what the bulk package is gonna cost you. But If that item doesn't sell, at least you saved your money and you don't have a bunch of snacks left over and basically wasted money. Because I would say I wasted $300 went to waste in snacks just because it didn't sell, because I overspent and I overbought. Now, another mistake that I made was actually in the process when I was trying to go pick it up. I should have called way earlier to the rental places because I was just taking the lady's word. She said I could do this, get this lift gate, and it was going to cost $80. So the day like we set it up, I called the day before and I was like, oh, can I rent a lift gate? And they're like, yeah, it's going to be like $1,000. And I was like, whoa, what? This lady told me $80. Why am I gonna spend $1,000? What is going on? I don't know where she went. I don't know how she got it for $80. I don't even know what happened. It was not $80 for me. So car rental places, see your options, weigh your options and see what you're gonna do if you're gonna be buying used. Now, if you're gonna be buying brand new, look at your financing options. Now, I know it may cost a lot of money in the long run because you're gonna be paying some interest, or you could just put that money up front and do it. Like camera lenses, I could have bought a camera lens. I could have spread it across payments, but I decided, you know what, bro? I don't want to pay interest, so I spent a few $1,000s on my lens. If you're in that position, take it. Now, another mistake is putting it in the wrong building. Now, I was just super excited that I got a yes to put my vending machine in the building. The reason I do it is because I just wanted to see how it was, like the true experience, the hard experience. I need to get my hands dirty. I need to be more hands-on in order to actually learn something. I used to be a 3.0, 3.5 GPA student, bro. Like basically almost all A's and B's. But COVID hit, bro, it just dropped crazy. But then when we went back to school, my grades were A's and B's. Simple as that. So I'm a very hands-on person. So I just wanted to see how it was. That's why I just put it in that building. Now the dude told me, he's like, bro, we don't have that many tenants here. I was like, doesn't matter. Let's see if I can get sales. I just wanted to see how it was. Like I had the money to waste at the time, invest. I budgeted out. Like it didn't affect me in the way I was living in any means. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. So keep asking different businesses. Even if you get a yes from someone, they could just be a placeholder. Now it could be messed up. I don't know. Or just wait until you get that one business that you know is going to be a hit. But another thing, you might not know if it's a hit until after you try it. And it's okay to walk away. It's okay to say, thank you, brother, but I'm not making the sales that I expected from here. But you need to know what's a good space and what's not a good space. The building that I put it in, it was a corporate office building type of vibe. People, did they really eat snacks? I'm not too sure. Especially for vending machines, you need a lot more people that I guess are younger because they eat a lot of snacks. They don't really have a care in a sense for their health because they're young and their metabolisms are fast and they can eat a bunch of stuff and it doesn't really affect them as it would to an older person who's already been told by their doctors, you need to start eating healthier. So location is very important, especially when you're starting a vending machine business, because my location, on top it didn't have a card reader, I was getting very minimal sales. I see all these videos of people saying their stuff be flying off their vending machine shelves, and I was super excited for that. And then when realization hit and it didn't, it was like, bro, what? Why am I not getting the sales? But it was a mistake on my end because of the location. It wasn't a good location. Another mistake that I made is I had imposter syndrome. I had self-limiting mindset. It's like, oh, I can't go into these medical buildings. I can't go into these other buildings because I don't have insurance. I don't have an LLC. I'm not official. Honestly, bro, it does not matter. The worst I can tell you is, oh no, thank you. Go in there and ask. Or like, do not be scared to go up to these business owners and ask. Walk in there, be polite. Oh, hey, can I speak to the manager? If they say why, most of the time they don't, so that's good. But if they do say why, just be like, I was wondering if you guys be open to having vending machine services. If the lady or man tries to block you, just be like, oh no, can I still speak to the manager? And most of the time they're gonna go get them. Now if that worker might tell them like, oh, they're already trying to pitch, that's why it's just better, oh, can I just speak to the manager? So that's why it's best to try not to mention anything until the owner comes, because the owner is the one with the power. They are the ones that has the decision to say yes or no. So that's who you want to speak to. And any line of business, you want to speak to the person who has the authority. Another mistake that I made is I didn't put that much effort as I could into it. I could have painted it before I put it in the building. I could have wrapped it. I could have got the card reader as fast as possible. I kind of let it slip a little in a sense, but I was still on it on top. And then I treated it more like a passive income thing because it was a passive. So I thought, oh, I could only put like an hour a week into it. But you're gonna have to put a lot more time into something, especially if you want to get it going in the start. Everybody says passive income is not real, and it is, but it isn't, because you're gonna have to put a lot of work in the beginning in order to get that passive income, and then you're gonna need to keep up with it, maintain it. So yeah, guys, that brings me to where I'm at in the current journey. I kind of made the same mistake where I bought too much snacks again, so I didn't learn. Like I said, I need to be hands-on, and I did learn, but I felt like a big baller and I bought new snacks for my new vending machine. So guys, this new vending machine business, I got a brand new top of the line 2025. It's a combo drink and snack machine. It's touchscreen. It takes tap, card, cash, and coins. So I'm super excited. I got it in a way better location, and I'm not gonna spoil anything if it's doing good, if it's doing bad, because I literally just got it, and you guys are gonna have to wait for those future videos. And I literally just just got it set up. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the vending machine game, comment it down below. I'll answer them. DM me on Instagram. Be sure to join the Discord, go in the vending machine chat, talk about vending machines, join your fellow creators, and we'll see what could happen, what we could do. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.